Welcome to the Brain Boost program. This program is designed to help you explore new ideas for activities that can help keep your brain healthy if you have early memory problems or have been diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment or very mild dementia. If you have an interest in finding new ways to maximize your brain health, this program is right for you. Look for the accompanying episode guide to help you navigate the activities in this program. I'm Dr. Greg Jica, and I'm a neurologist who focuses on taking care of patients with memory problems caused by diseases like Alzheimer's. I'm also a neuroscientist searching for new ways to slow and or stop memory problems in aging. I've been researching ways to promote healthy brain aging for almost 35 years now, and while we continue to look for new medicines and potential cures for diseases like Alzheimer's, you should know that there's a lot you can do to promote your own brain health. Things such as mental stimulation, social engagement, physical activity, diet, and many other daily activities, all of which can make a huge impact. We hope you try some of these activities at home or come up with your own. Most of all, we want you to realize that you can take control of your own brain health through such activities.
Welcome to this episode of Brain Boost. Today's focus is on general health. Brain health is really dependent on our physical and medical health. Thinking about the mind-body connection, science is now showing how our overall well-being is affected by this connection. Historically, the two used to be treated separately, but more science is revealing that the two are actually more related than once thought. Our brain functioning has a lot to do with what we put into our bodies. It also has a lot to do with the movement our bodies get. And our emotional wellness also plays a part. What are some healthy things you incorporate into your life to stay healthy? Things like trying to get enough sleep, staying hydrated, and watching what you eat. These are all good ways to maintain your health. Managing health conditions such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and other health conditions are also helpful in caring for your overall health and well-being. It is never too late to begin making some changes. Finding optimal ways to promote our physical and medical health is critically important as we hope to improve our brain health. Today's program is focused on ways to enhance your physical and medical health, and we hope you will engage with us in these activities that can make a real difference. We've invited Jill, a massage therapist, to share with us some of the amazing benefits of massage as it relates to our overall well-being.
Hello, my name is Jill Cole, and I am a licensed massage therapist and the massage therapy coordinator at Integrative Medicine and Health. We are a department within an academic medical center. Today, I want to talk to you about massage therapy and brain health, and I want to just share some effective strategies that we have in helping with agitation and anxiety in people living with dementia. So I'm really excited to be here with you today. So today I want to talk about some of the benefits of massage therapy, and I want to highlight 3 areas that I see are the most impactful, or can be the most impactful for individuals. The first is stress management and increased relaxation. Massage, we know, has a wonderful impact on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the the rest and digest nervous system, in comparison to the parasympathetic, which is the fight or flight nervous system. So every day we encounter so much stress in our lives, and massage as an intervention for stress and relaxation is super beneficial for us. The second area of benefit is pain management. So massage is an effective non-pharmacological intervention with pain in a lot of different areas. There's been a lot of data with low back pain, musculoskeletal pain from injuries, from surgeries, so post-surgical pain. There's a lot of areas where we've seen some really good gains in pain management with massage. And the last piece I want to really focus in is the physiological benefits and psychological benefits of massage. So not only does massage increase relaxation, reduce stress, reduce pain, it also is beneficial in reducing depression and anxiety in individuals. So it's a wonderful piece for someone's health and well-being, and it's a safe and effective tool. And today I want to talk about a simple hand massage that anybody can do that really helps to initiate some more well-being. And the first thing we want to think about in giving someone a hand massage is we want to make sure that we're not massaging on any cuts or bruises. So we just want to make sure that the individual, I'm looking at Tanya, I don't see any cuts or bruises on her hand. And we also want to make sure there's no medical devices. There's no IVs or PICC lines or the individual doesn't have any scarring from surgery. So we want to make sure that the area is safe for us to work on. And this area is safe. The second thing is just get some hypoallergenic lotion. I'm using some massage lotion, but you can get an over-the-counter hypoallergenic lotion because you just never know how someone may react to different scents and different blends. So a neutral lotion blend is super important. So I take a little dab and I just kind of rub it all through and get the lotion warmed up for the person that I'm giving a hand massage to. So it's nice and warm. So I'm just gonna put the person's hands, I'm gonna put Tanya's hand in my hands, and I'm just gonna spread the lotion out. So we think about, I'm working at a depth of maybe washing a plum, and I'm working very slow with my stroke and my pressure, as if I'm washing a peach or a plum. So after I spread out the massage lotion, I'm going to work through the metacarpal canals or between the fingers. Again, I'm thinking about that plum I have, and I'm going to wash that plum with a very gentle but supportive pressure level. So you can individually massage all of the fingers and the thumb. Make sure that you slow down, and you can take a couple of scoops of lotion, the whole hand. Go over the wrist just a little bit. Go back through between the fingers. You can massage each individual finger as well. And then you can turn over the hand and work the palm. You can work the thumb pad here. And you can work the pinky pad. You can work in between the fingers. The palmaris muscle is the palm muscle, so this feels really good. Again, I'm washing that plum. You can take your pad and You can massage the pad of the person that you're working. You can come up through and work the thumb pad or the thenar eminence. And you can also work each finger as well. So one of the things that I love about hand massage is that pretty much anyone can administer a hand massage, and it's very safe and effective. And you can pretty much give someone a hand massage at your place of work, in your home. It's very doable. So there you go.
Massage. That is something. I always thought a massage was relaxing, but I didn't realize exactly why. Massage can relieve stress, alleviate physical pain, and decrease anxiety and depression. No wonder massage feels so good. And massage can be done anywhere, at any time, by anyone. Did you know that you can get some of the same benefits from giving yourself a massage? That's incredible. In addition to massage, diet and exercise are also very key. Research repeatedly shows how important they are to maintaining our health. Let's listen.
Science is showing how diet and exercise are contributing factors to brain health. Exercising 3 times a week for a minimum of 30 minutes can improve memory and thinking abilities. This helps release chemicals in the brain that help protect it and combat depression. So for just 90 minutes each week, you could help protect your brain. In regards to diet, studies show that the Mediterranean diet can help keep your brain healthy. A Mediterranean diet was studied because people living in the Mediterranean area were living longer, healthier lives with less cardiovascular disease and staying cognitively healthy for a longer period. The Mediterranean diet is an eating pattern, a style that allows you to enjoy many types of foods. The diet incorporates whole foods rather than processed foods. Foods such as fruits, vegetables, fish, and nuts are allowed, while reducing the amount of red meat. In addition, more scientific studies are showing that lutein can protect against brain inflammation, helping with memory and thinking abilities. Lutein is a flavonoid found naturally in carrots, chamomile tea, parsley, celery, broccoli, and many other vegetables. So, what we put into our bodies has the ability to alter how our brains work. Foods can protect our brains and improve our overall brain health.
So nutrition and exercise really do have a direct impact on our brain health. Studies in both humans as well as animals in the laboratory have shown us that exercise that increases heart rate and breathing causes the body to produce a chemical called BDNF. That stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which in lay terms simply means miracle grow for the brain. Many of us have been told that the brain cannot grow new nerve cells. Well, that's simply wrong. Much science has shown us that even the aged brain can grow new nerve cells, specifically in the areas involved in memory and thinking. BDNF makes that happen. It can increase the rate of new nerve cells being born in your brain by as much as 500% with as little as 20 minutes of physical exercise 3 days per week. With all that good information, it makes sense to try some exercise. We've invited Elizabeth to lead us in a chair yoga session. Chair yoga is a way for us all to achieve the health benefits of yoga, even if our medical problems and physical limitations prevent us from engaging in the full range of yoga activities. These activities should be safe if you are at risk for falls or have fallen recently, and should provide similar health benefits for your body and your brain. Let's watch as Elizabeth takes us through a few chair yoga exercises that can make a difference.
Hi, welcome to Chair Yoga. I'm Elizabeth and I'm here at the Lexington Senior Center, and I'm so happy that you're joining me today. So all you need today is a chair and your body. Once you're in your chair comfortably, you're going to scoot towards the edge of your chair so that you can sit up tall with your feet comfortably and securely on the floor. You can have your hands resting on your knees or on the chair, whichever is more comfortable. We're gonna start off by just sitting quietly for a few moments. You can keep your eyes open, or if it's comfortable, you can let them drift, softly close towards the tip of your nose or close them all the way. Just notice the parts of your body that are touching the floor and touching the chair. Start to draw your navel in towards your spine. Lift the chest up. Relax the shoulders back. Draw your chin in gently towards the chest so that the back of the neck lengthens. Feel the crown of the head float up towards the ceiling. Now bring awareness to the breath. With your next breath in, feel the breath fill the front of the chest. The next breath fills the front and back of the chest. Then your next breath fills front, back, and sides of the chest. Breath fills the chest in all directions. If the eyes are closed, open them up. We'll start raising and lowering our shoulders. You can do this with the breath. As you inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, relax the shoulders down along the back. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. And exhale down. Turn this into a circle. Start to bring the shoulders forward. Lift them up. Draw them back and down. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And reverse this. Draw the shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Keeping that tall spine, shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Good. You can shake it out if you need to. Find your tall spine again, chest is lifted. Next, we'll do cat and cow. Again, hands can be here on the knees, or if it's more comfortable, you can put the hands on your chair for more support. With your next inhale, lift the chest. If it's okay for your neck, look up. As you exhale, draw the belly in. You can push your hands into your knees or the chair, round the spine. Just continue moving like this. Inhale, lift the chest, gaze is up. Exhale, draw the belly in. You can push hands against the knees or the chair. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, draw belly in, around the spine. Come to a neutral seat again. This time, hold on to your left knee. Draw the belly in. Look up, just like you were doing before. But this time your leg comes with you. If holding on to the knee doesn't work for your body, you can hold on behind the thigh. And then put the leg down. Push hands into the knees or the chair, around the back. And the other side. Hug the right knee in, or you can hold on behind the leg. Lift the chest, look up. Place the foot down, press hands into knee or chair, around the back. And come back to a comfortable, tall, seated position. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, sigh. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. And we'll continue working with our feet. Hands can be on knees or the chair. You're going to lift and lower your heels, pressing the balls of the feet into the floor. So just raising the heels up and pressing them down. Raise the heels up and press them down. If this is pretty easy, you can add some resistance, pressing your hands into your knees, making your legs work just a little bit harder to lift and lower the heels. Very good. Again, we'll hold our left knee into our chest, or you can hold on behind the leg and just circle the ankle in one direction. And then reverse that circle. Either direction is fine. Put the foot down. Pick up the other leg. Circle the ankle in one direction. My ankle pops a lot. Maybe yours does too. And then circle the other direction. Put both feet down. Now holding on to the side or the seat of your chair, you're going to extend both legs out. Bring both legs in. Heels out, sitting up tall and in. Now just the left leg reaches out. Really press through the heel, straighten the leg as much as you can. Draw your belly in, lift your chest up. And just like a windshield wiper, you're gonna take your foot and move it side to side so that the entire leg is moving in and out. Bring that foot back in. Other foot extends out. Press through the heel, straighten the leg as much as you can. Draw the belly in, lift the chest. And then just like a windshield wiper, that leg goes in and out. Feel leg moving in the socket of the hip. Bring the foot back in. Sitting up tall, drawing the belly in. We're going to take our legs and move them out just a little bit wider. Sitting up tall, we'll call this horse stance, sitting in horse stance. You might need to move a little bit closer to the edge of your chair. If this does not work for your body, you can totally keep your legs back in the center. No big deal. Sitting up tall, draw the belly in, lift the chest. Take your arms out wide like a cactus. Lift the chest. Hands are strong, arms are strong. We're going to move our arms with the breath again. As you exhale, draw the elbows together, keep the shape of the arms. Inhale, arms open wide. Imagine the arms like wings. Exhale, closing the wings, forearms move towards each other. Inhale, arms open wide. Nothing changes in the arm, it's just moving in and out. The height of my upper arms is staying the same, parallel to the ground. Let's do this one more time. Exhale, drawing in. Inhale, opening up. You can shake the arms out, relax them. Take the hands onto the knees. Sitting up tall, take the left hand, press it against the left leg. The right arm is going to reach up to the ceiling, stretching up and over to the right side. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Reach through the fingertips and come back center. Right hand presses into the right knee, sitting up tall. Left arm reaches up. Reach up and over to the right, stretching through the side of the body, drawing the belly in. And return center. You can bring your knees back in, close together. Sitting up tall. We will end today's practice with a calming breath meditation. Eyes can stay open or closed, or you can have them just soften towards the tip of the nose. Just like the beginning of class, draw the belly in, lift the chest, relax shoulders away from ears. Let all of the air empty out. Breathe in. Notice the space at the top. Breathe out. Space at the bottom. Breathe in. Space. Out. Space. Breathe in. Space. Out. Space. Continue breathing like this, finding a space at the top and the bottom of the breath. And then gradually just let your breath return to a natural rhythm. Observe how you feel. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga in a chair today.
These exercises are meant to bring about mind and body unity. Working on controlled breathing can be important not only for physical health, but for regulation of our emotional state, promoting a healthy environment in which our brain can thrive. If chair yoga is not for you, you should know that there are other exercises you can do to help keep your body moving and your brain actively fighting back against memory and thinking loss as you age. Many of you may wish to exercise and engage your body and mind independently. Many of our Brain Boost episodes include other exercise segments, including Tai Chi, cardio drumming, and physical therapy that may be beneficial for your health. Diet is another key part in maintaining our health. A balanced diet with lots of fruits and vegetables that limit fats help to keep you healthy. What are some fruits and vegetables you like to eat? Leafy greens are important vegetables that are packed with antioxidants and micronutrients. Why are antioxidants and micronutrients important? Antioxidants counteract oxidative damage in your body. That oxidative damage is responsible for many illnesses, including memory and thinking problems. Compounds in antioxidants may help to ease inflammation. Let's watch as Chef Tanya shows us how to create a kale salad that is packed full of nutritious antioxidants.
Today, we're going to make a massaged kale salad. Now, we're going to have to start with some of the middle of the ingredients first because we're going to roast a couple of root vegetables to go into our salad. Kale can take a lot of heftier vegetables, unlike certain lettuces. They're not going to wilt down as bad, so we can use whatever we want in the salad. You could use whatever root vegetables you like. So I have some radishes right here. And we're just going to barely chop them up, put them into little quarters, toss them with a little oil, salt, pepper. Same thing with some red beets. I've already gone ahead and taken the skin off the red beets to save time today. If you have tiny little spring or fall beets though, you don't even have to do that step. You could also use any other roots you like, turnips or celery root, carrots, anything in this salad that you like roasted. This is a great salad for adding those already cooked parts to it. So using our claw, we are just going to take the root and the stem off of each one of these radishes. Now, some people might say you're going to roast radishes. We're used to radishes being raw in a salad or on a veggie platter, but radishes actually roast up deliciously. You could even braise radishes. Don't be afraid to try new techniques in the kitchen with your well-known vegetables, in addition to trying new vegetables. But when you cook radishes, it does mitigate some of the heat that happens when you eat a radish. I'm gonna have each one of these and then cut each half into a quarter. And you'll notice that it's nice that I've taken these ends off because I get a nice stable surface. I've got a bowl right here. I'm just gonna toss these chunks, these quarters, in. So just toss your quarters into a bowl. We're going to drizzle with a tiny bit of olive oil. Toss that around. Add a sprinkle of salt and a tiny pinch of pepper. Toss them again so that they get coated with all of that. If you don't feel comfortable tossing around in a bowl, you can always use a spatula. I'm gonna spread these out in a single layer on a roasting pan or a sheet pan. This one I've lined with parchment. If you have a Silpat, you could put Silpat in or coat it with some foil so that as these sweet veggies roast, they won't stick to the bottom of your pan. Now I also have some beets. As I said at the beginning of the video, these have already been peeled, and we're gonna break them down in a similar fashion. Now, if you're worried about staining your hands, you may wanna grab some gloves before doing this. So I've grabbed my glove, and I'm just gonna use it for the hand I'm holding. You'll also notice I have a secondary cutting board here because I'm going to pull this away once I get done with the beets because it will stain my cutting board. So I'm gonna take the stem part off where the greens grow out. There's no root left, but now I have a nice flat surface. My beets are a little bit bigger than my radishes, so I may cut each one of these halves into quarters, tossing them into the bowl. Now, if you were using something more elongated like a carrot or a parsnip on this salad, you just want to cut it into chunks that are just about equivalent to all of these. Now, we're going to cut up some green onions. You could also cut up some spring onions or a small candy onion. And if you didn't have that, then you could use some red onion. That might be good for this. Okay, so once I have the root off of the onion, I'm just going to thin slice the whites and the greens, but I'm going to keep them a little separate. So once I get down to the darker green part, I'm going to push the whites over to the side and kind of cut out that middle part, and then I'm going to trim the greens of the green onion. Now I can put my onions into two separate prep bowls because I'm going to saute the whites and I'm going to garnish with the greens. So once you get your beets chopped into quarters, you're going to do the same thing as you did with the radishes. Drizzle a little olive oil on top and toss. Sprinkle with some salt and some pepper. And put those out in a single layer. If you don't have enough room on your sheet pan or your roasting pan for a single layer, then you'll need to use more than one. And these will go into a 400-degree oven for about 7-8 minutes. We'll move on now to the red pepper. I'm going to cut the stem off of it and the bottom, just enough to make it stable, and we can toss those away. You could chop that piece of red onion up for something different. I'm going to slice in between two of the ribs so that I get an opening, and then I can push my knife into the pepper, cutting away from me still, and just slice through each one of the ribs, and that way you can pull this whole seed pod and everything out of the center of the pepper. Then just give it a little smash. This is a wonderful rectangle shape to cut strips from, but this is a little big for me, so to make it more manageable, to make it more comfortable, I'm going to cut that in half and cut strips. And once I cut across those strips, I'll have a dice, If you have too many strips and they're sliding around on you, just halve your pile and cut it in 2 halves. The next thing we're going to do, as we're waiting on our root vegetables to roast, is to stem our kale. Now this is pretty young kale, but it still has some stems, and as we're eating this kale raw, we don't want the stems to be sticking out as we're trying to chew. So I'm just gonna pull the stem off. So I'm holding the leaf and just tugging. This is very tender kale. Just tug on that stem till it comes out. On larger leaves, you may want to actually hold on to the stem and actually strip the leaf off the stem if you have a big stem of kale. And there is a reason we call this a massage kale salad. So unlike very tender spring and fall lettuces, kale does have quite a bit of structure, quite a bit of texture. So we can eat it, especially the really tiny leaves. You can eat it raw with no problem. This is a little bit more mature. And when we get into fall, farmers tend to leave their kale in the fields longer because it stays sweet in cold weather. So you may run into very soon some very large kale. And that can be not as tender. So the thing that we're going to do in order to have our kale salad without cooking it is to massage it. And it pretty much is exactly what it sounds like. I'm about finished with my kale here. So I've got the leaves. If your leaves are really big, you may just want to give them a little tear. You want these about bite-sized so they'll fit on a fork. Then the next step, I have just about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. This is very neutral oil. It's a canola. It's not olive. It doesn't have any flavor. This is just to sort of moisten the leaves and give them a little coating. This is not part of the dressing, so you don't want to put too much on. You're just going to drizzle. I'm going to start with about a tablespoon and then sprinkle on some salt. And then you get your hands in there and you press and squeeze and massage. The salt helps break down the cells and the pressure from your hands. And you can see almost immediately that the amount has gone down, just as if we had wilted this. It's good to do this a little bit in advance so that your kale has plenty of time to break down. Less tender kale won't wilt that fast. If you have really mature kale, you may want to let it sit for about half an hour, and that'll help with that process of breaking those cells down. So our kale is massaged, our root veg are in the oven about to come out. We need to make our dressing. So you need to grab a jar with a tightly fitting lid, because this is going to be a super simple way to make the dressing. First, we want to start out with a clove of garlic. You can also use a shallot or a little piece of onion. I'm going to put my knife on the clove and whack it with the heel of my hand, and that will pop the garlic clove out of this papery skin it has on it. And then I just start to slice. Don't forget, even with tiny little veg like this, you want to use your claw and keep your fingers out of the way of the knife. And now we can rock our knives back and forth while lifting and lowering it to get to a mince. And you really want to take this mince down pretty small, because this is raw garlic going into our vinaigrette. So keep cutting it down into tinier pieces. Typical mince is about 1/8 of an inch or smaller. We're going to go as small as we can. Just keep rocking back and forth, knocking it off your knife, repositioning. And then when everything is really tiny and about the same size, we can throw it in our jar. Everything we're going to do, no more little prep bowls for this. We're just going to throw it in the jar. The next thing we want to do is throw in our vinegar. This is 2 tablespoons. I have a white wine vinegar, but just use whatever's in your pantry. I like to put the vinegar in first and swirl it around just a bit. The vinegar sort of denatures the garlic a little bit, starts to react with its cells. It doesn't cook it and it doesn't make it as mild as when you cook garlic, but it does tone down the harshness a little bit. I also have about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons actually, of mustard. And I want to put in a pinch of salt and pepper to start off with. And about a half a cup of oil. This could be any kind of oil you like with your salad dressing. If you like olive oil, use that, or a neutral oil like canola. Make sure the lid is on really tight. This is a great exercise for some helper in the kitchen to do who may not have the coordination for cutting, or you don't want to give them a knife or anything sharp or hot at this moment, but this is something that they can do. Shake up the vinaigrette. And you really don't need to do it very long. As you can see, I'm getting a nice blend just from a few seconds of shaking. If the dressing sits a little bit before you dress your salad, then you may want to shake it again right before dressing. Now let's take a look at our root vegetables. Okay, so our root vegetables are done. You can see there's a little bit of browning and some wrinkling on the radishes, and our beets are wonderfully sizzly and are steaming, and you can really smell them now. So we're gonna just set those aside and let them cool for a moment. And we can add to the salad our peppers and the white parts of our onion. And give that a toss. And don't worry if things go down to the bottom. Sometimes I'll save just a little bit in my bowl so that if you can't see any of the ingredients on top, you can put a little bit on, almost like a garnish. I'm going to add just a wee bit of cheese. You don't have to do this part, but this adds some richness. For this, I have a very mild cheddar. You may want to use something like a goat cheese. That might be nice with all of this sweetness and sharpness. Just a little bit for a little bit of unctuousness and mouthfeel. And now we'll add all of our roasted veg. Well, the majority of our roasted veg, we'll say that. Those lovely pink radishes, and don't forget there are other different color varieties of radishes like watermelon, black radish, you have daikons, all different colors. So if you like them roasted like this, then that's something you want to remember, and it'll give so much color to your salads, especially in times when we don't have a lot of other colorful veg. So we're going to toss that together, and I'm just taking these tongs and going to the bottom of the bowl and lifting and tossing. And now that I've got most of my ingredients in here, we will put on some vinaigrette. Now you won't use all of this. We're going to start with a spoon and drizzle some on and toss. Anytime you're adding a vinaigrette to a salad, you want to coat the ingredients, but you don't want to drown them. There shouldn't be any vinaigrette pooling in the bottom of your bowl. So we'll mix this and see if we've got the right amount. And now a good salad maker will always taste a salad before serving it. So we want to make sure our seasoning is right. We want to make sure that the dressing is nice and sharp. So tender. It needs just a little bit more salt and maybe one more spoon of the vinaigrette. Don't forget that when you add root veg, they're very sweet veg, so you may have to adjust your seasoning for that. And lastly, we're going to plate up. So I'm going to plate this. You could do this lovely salad for a dinner party or even on its own. Makes a great dinner. You could add some protein to it if that's what you're going to do. Maybe some roast chicken, some kind of, maybe a white bean. And now I'm glad I've saved some of this to put on top. But we do see a lot of color already. I'm not gonna even worry about the others. If you were to do a big bowl, it might be nice to scatter them around the top. But don't forget your green onion parts. You've used the whites. And scatter those over. Just personalize it and make it your own. Massage kale salad.
That salad looks so delicious and is also nutritious. The vibrant reds and greens stimulate the senses. Did you know that those colors are not an accident? The colors in fruits and vegetables are actually caused by the compounds in them that have the power to strengthen our minds and bodies. Colorful fruits and vegetables like this kale salad have potential to boost our bodies and increase our brain power. Including 5 servings of fruits and vegetables each day can have an impact on your overall health. Another incredibly important aspect to our overall well-being is ensuring that we are taking our medications properly. Many of us develop rituals for how to manage our medicines. We may take each medicine out of the bottle and turn the bottle upside down to remember that we've already taken that pill. We may leave them all uncapped, and as we take them, put the lid back on individually. We may use a pill box. These rituals can work well when your memory and thinking is completely normal. But if you have even mild memory or thinking problems, they may not be enough. Missed medications and medication overuse can have drastic effects. For example, forgetting to take a blood pressure medication or taking it forgetting that you've taken it and potentially taking it again can lead to disastrous consequences in elevation of blood pressure that can cause stroke or drops in blood pressure. Those can cause you to pass out, fall, or even break a major bone. These are all catastrophes that we can avoid. Considering developing a safe and effective way to ensure that your medications are being taken appropriately is critically important. Let's watch this next segment on how you can make this work and stay in control of your own medication management.
Medication dispensers. Technology has come a long way. Did you know you can use technology to remind you when it's time to take your medicine? It's not just on our phones. There are actual medication dispensers that can help you manage your medication. Your medications are inserted into the dispenser in advance and programmed to dispense at scheduled times. The machine will beep to alert you that your pills are ready and continue beeping until you get your pills out of the machine. These dispensers are made to help you stay independent.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Brain Boost. Today we looked at activities to keep your mind and body healthy and active. We talked about some of the ways you can engage in massage, exercise, and eat healthy, and how you might manage your medications independently even if you're developing early memory problems. If you've engaged in any of these activities today, you should know that your brain will be healthier because of it. Until we meet again for our next episode of Brain Boost, keep exercising and manage your own health conditions to keep your brains and bodies at their maximum health.